Yes, my people, how you guys doing? I'd like to welcome you to this beautiful Tuesday morning here in Toronto, and I hope that wherever you are, you're just keeping the spirit as much as you can. I know it's difficult to keep the spirit high in so many places, especially in our dear country, Nigeria, but what man go do? We got to just keep trying, all right? We can't give up now. We can't come and die. We can't come and kill ourselves because of these people. No, because every day this thing they too much. Every day they happen. Every day one story or the other. But what we go do? We just got to keep on trying our best. We got to keep on doing whatever we need to do. My name is Dr. Chidi, and I'd like to welcome you to today's broadcast as we always do. But before we go on, I want to please plead with you, beg with you, encourage you, indulge you, appeal to you, just beg you, make you go subscribe to our channel. I beg now. If you never subscribe, waiting you want make I do for you. I don't speak broken. I don't speak funny to you. I don't crack joke. I don't talk serious. I don't tell you say madam go come up me from house if you no subscribe. Waiting else you want make you hear from me. I beg subscribe, and when you want to subscribe, make you click that notification button so that anytime when we come live or when we post any video, you go know that my market are they sell. So so that's out of the way. Today we want to get a little bit serious. Some people they call me, they say, Chidi, you are not serious. This your program. You got to get very serious. Make people they take you serious. Other than say, bros, this serious matter, things are already too hard for Nigeria. Things too serious there. Everything a project for Nigeria. To just wake up in the morning to go bath, not project. You have to wake up. When you wake up, the heat will don't do you for night and the mosquito will bite you. Then when you can't get up again, you can't realize say light no day. Then you won't go bath. You can't realize say water no day. Then you go come call Mera or try go fetch water for well. After you don't fetch that water, carry on for buckets. You got to oh my God. Stress. Just to bath na project. Meanwhile, as you prepare all of these things, your friends for abroad don't get up, enter shower, turn the water, bath, finish, come out. They even sing inside. How many times they hear people they sing for Nigeria where they bath? So bear with me when I dey crack some jokes, when I dey try to liven up the broadcast. No be say I don't know how to get serious, no be say I don't know how to get tough or talk tough, but man, people don't even tire. Their system don't already they charge people. For Nigeria, sometimes you go tell somebody good afternoon, say, hey, what's wrong with you? Before you go here saying a good afternoon where you tell them, people are so stressed. So they try to bring some softness to the talk so that people go fit accommodate. People don't want another stress. People don't want another beating up. So make we I beg try to understand sometimes. Now today, incidentally, I want to talk about being serious. It is high time we begin to get serious in Nigeria. It's high time we abandon some of the things where they do, where they make us look like say we no serious. It's high time when we hear news, when somebody they talk, make we not just criticize the person anyhow. Make we take time to listen to what the guy is saying, analyze it. You are online, you can go and do your own investigation. Go and do some investigation, find out whether the thing where you dey hear na true or false. Don't just be believe what people are saying without investigating. And when you want to make your own contributions about the thing, you could just talk something that doesn't make sense, that makes us wonder, this one, where did they come from? It's not good now. It's not good. It is time to get serious. Whether you agree with what somebody is doing or you disagree with them, get your facts right so that you go talk like person way they intelligent. All right. There are some things I'm going to talk about today, and it's supposed to make you think. Don't just keep quiet. Don't just pretend that it doesn't concern you. It does concern you. It concerns you well. Okay? Make you dey put your mouth for talk in a way we go show say you dey intelligent, you dey aware of wetin dey happen for our country, and you dey concerned. There's a picture of a young man I want to show you, and this picture na picture wey okay, I've been called somebody, the person no answer, but I want to show you some picture, and I go talk about this young man. This na the kind thing wey be say when people dey talk about him, you go dey argue say no na lie, all those people wey dey talk all this nonsense, it's not true. Who tell you say it's not true? Have you done some research? I am somebody who used to accuse our doctors in Nigeria. I have a lot of friends of mine, I have a lot of schoolmates who are doctors. Even my in-law is a medical doctor at the UNTH in Enugu. Very highly rated doctor there. And so many other people I know all over the place in Nigeria. And I used to be so angry with them. I used to really accuse them of not doing certain things. I'd be like, yabbing them. How can you guys be there when something like this is happening, something like that is happening? What's going on? But when I actually, began to understand what these guys have to face, it made me change my perception about them. And it made me kind of change the way that I talk about these people, or the way I think about them. There is a picture. I told you there was a picture I was going to show you. I have that picture here. I'm just trying to pull it up, and then I'll tell you about this guy. This guy is a doctor in Saudi Arabia, and I'll tell you his story. Remember, today I'm trying to make you guys think. I'm trying to make us stop, all this our, the way we behave, like say, I don't know, like say we are not informed. There is no more time to pretend that you are not informed. This is a time you need to act and think and behave like somebody who is informed. Okay, that's where we are right now. There's a link to this story that I really need the link to the story so I can read you guys the rest of the story. But this guy, his name is what's his name again? He was a Nigerian, and he went to Saudi Arabia. Like I said, I'm gonna open the link, and from the link I'll be able to read the rest of the story for you. This guy, when he was in Nigeria, he was earning a salary of 118,000 naira. He was earning a salary of 118,000 naira. In 2013, he was in Nigeria. He was doing 2 jobs in Nigeria. He was doing morning and night, and he saw 100 to 120 patients. This is what some Nigerian doctors have to face. This kind of information will make you understand when you go into the hospital and begin to accuse a doctor of not doing what they are supposed to do. You don't know what they have to face doing the jobs that they do. This young man used to see between 100 and 120 patients daily. in Nigeria, and he was doing morning and he was doing night. Can I tell you how they were doing morning and night? Morning, you go and do government work. In the night, you go and do private clinic. That's what 90% of doctors in Nigeria do this. It's either they're going to work in their own private hospital, or they're going to work for some other person if they can't afford to open a hospital. This guy moved to Saudi Arabia in 2014. Guess what? When he got to Saudi Arabia in 2014, this guy he started earning a salary of, first of all, let's talk about how many people he saw. In Nigeria, he was seeing about 100 to 120 people. In Saudi Arabia, this guy was seeing a maximum of 5 to 7 patients a day. 5 to 7 patients a day. That's what he was seeing in Saudi Arabia. Compare that to 100 patients in Nigeria. Do you know his salary? His salary a month in Nigeria was 118,000 naira. And in Nigeria, that is a big man's salary. In Saudi Arabia, are you ready for this? Wait for this. They were paying him 4,500 USD. 4,500 USD. I need to convert it to naira so that I will tell you what it is. 4,500 USD to naira at the type am, so bear with me. What it gives you to naira, it gives you 1.63250. Let's just say 1.6 million naira. So from a salary of 118,000 naira a month, this guy moved to Saudi Arabia, and within 1 year he was receiving deduction. You know, when he started, they didn't pay him the money. After 4 months, they paid him a cumulative of 4 months. That is 4,500 US dollars times 4. 1.6 million times 4. That's about 6.4 million naira. He was paid at once. You know what he said? He said, I cried when I received this money. Now, this is the situation in Nigeria. This is the thing that we are telling you guys about. This is the kind of thing that should make you think in Nigeria. This is the kind of thing that should get you angry. And when we are talking, don't just accuse us of just talking. Just get into the rhythm. Start doing something with us. Believe in this struggle. Believe that there is a need for a revolution. Okay, no problem. Some of you're so scared of revolution now. Oh my God, revolution is militant. Oh, brother Chidi, waiting they scare me. Is this your bandana where you they tie? Is this your beret where you they wear? Is this your camouflage cap? Camouflage everything. This orange. The government, they fear them. Okay, if you don't believe in the revolution now that looks confrontational, meanwhile we have declared every single time we talk that our movement is non-violent. We do not subscribe to any violent protest or any violent moves against the government. That's what we've always stood by. All the protests that you saw us embark on, we will sit down on the ground, we will hold our hands, we will carry our placards and be singing. You have never found even a stone on us. But if you still don't like that kind of revolution, start your own. Start your own revolution in education. Start your own revolution by querying your members of House of Reps and Senate. But don't just fold your arms and criticize. If you start something, trust me, we will follow you. I'm telling you the truth. Once you start something, we will follow you. Look at Kano State. In Kano State, what did they Kano State government, they said they discovered 596 dead people in their government. 596 dead people in their government. What does that tell you? These are ghost workers. Until they were discovered, these people were being paid. There's no mincing words. If you ask me one thing that needs to be killed in Nigeria, it is corruption. Either way you look at it, it is corruption. When Omoyele Sowore is saying, when I come in, I'm going to sack all the generals, it is because they are corrupt. That is really what it is. Every time you see a complaint about money being embezzled, about people dying because a project was not carried out after the money was paid, it is corruption. Every time you see that there are no drugs in the hospital, it's because somebody ate the money. Drivers take an official car, go to the market where they sell spare parts. They will remove the 4 tires and change Tokumbo tires in these official vehicles. They will go and remove a whole engine. You don't know that. Remove a whole brand new engine and put a Tokumbo engine and get the balance and eat. That is how deep corruption has gone into our society. So that is the one thing we are fighting against, and that is why we ask you to begin to speak up. It is time for you to think about your situation now. See whether, do you actually like where you are? Do you actually like the kind of experiences that you are facing? Do you like it? If you don't like it, then talk. If you see something, say something. Don't just keep quiet. Don't. I am making a special appeal to our guys, our comrades in the Niger Delta region, because sometimes when I keep talking about Omoyele Sowore and Nnamdi Kanu, people begin to think, oh, you're so polarized. Why is it that you're talking only about these people? The reason I talk about these people is that I have come to really study them, and I've come to have close contact with them. So forgive me. As I continue to make contact with other people, I will talk about them. But honestly speaking, this is a period where we need all hands on deck. Let me tell you why we need all hands on deck. We've been saying that, this government, they no fit take us anywhere. We are done with them. We are tired. Let them just hand over. If they were doing right, we wouldn't be bothered. But at the rate they are going, at the rate things are going, they should just hand over. And I don't know how else to put it without someone saying, oh, Chidi, you want to overthrow the government. I don't want to overthrow any government. But we'll keep at, if the government can just overnight begin to at least act as though they want to respond to the needs of the Nigerian citizens, we will abandon this thing. I'm telling you the truth, sincerely speaking. But with the way they are going, with their vision, you will hear them with the broadcast of the president. Once you hear that, when somebody takes a first step, you can tell where they are going to. If somebody is going to dance, by the time they move their body the first time, you know whether they will dance well or not. But these people, by the way they talk, by their body language, by their actions, you can tell they are not taking us to anywhere. So the best thing is to allow us to take care of our country. I'm telling you the truth. And to take care of our country, all of us need to be ready, because peradventure these people say, okay, you know what, Chidi, I hear what you talk, we not do again, come help us. How are we going to do it? That is my concern now. It just hit me that, so what if Buhari just steps down and says, okay, you know what, you guys, I heard what you're saying, I try my best, but the cabal around me, they no fit let me do anything. Because I love this country, because whatever, I want to step down. And then, or the revolution actually sparks off, and the people ask the leaders to gently vacate their position, that they know they do well. We no want make una dey there again. We want to govern ourselves by ourselves. How do we go about it? Who will lead who? How would that happen? Do you understand? So that's why I'm saying it is a time for us to think. Because for that kind of thing to happen and happen well, you need to be ahead of what is going on. We need to start having some talks. That is why I always commend Omoyele Sowore and Nnamdi Kanu for agreeing to sit together to talk man to man, talk like young Nigerians. Okay, sorry, my Biafra brothers will kill me if I say young Nigerians. Nnamdi Kanu, as the leader, the supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, was willing to sit down with Omoyele Sowore, and they dialogued and they talked to each other. Now it is time for us to expand that talk. Don't worry. When we start talking that way, the government is going to freak out. Well, that's what they always do. They will freak out. So don't even let that one bother you. They will freak out. They're going to say they are planning coup. They're going to say they're trying. Whenever we announce that we're going to do protests, don't they come out and say, "Oh, these people are going to plan coup. They want to destabilize the government. They're going to riot in all the 36 states. They have bought guns. They've bought this. They've bought that." But that's the danger of shouting wolf. They've said it several times, and the next day, people see that it's just our boys coming out with placards to demonstrate, and people have said, are these the people that you say they are disrupting Nigeria? So don't worry. When we start to have those talks, they will still panic. They will still do their propaganda, but they will not stop the talk from happening. You cannot stop citizens from, relating with each other freely, from exercising their fundamental human rights inside their country. You cannot stop that from happening. So they will not be able to stop us. We will have those meetings. So please, I implore you, I need people to contact me. You have my numbers. You can always contact me. But I am really willing to talk to a lot of people as much as possible, so that we can get serious about where we need to go. We can draw a roadmap about where we want to see ourselves in the coming years and what we want to see. That's what we have to start talking about. Someone said Tinubu will run to the front super fast if Buhari announces that. See, people like Tinubu, they have expired. We shouldn't be bothering our head about them. They are of the old system. Everything they expire now. Everything gets expiry date. People like Tinubu, they've expired. So don't even bother your head about them. We will be able to talk with the right people when the time comes. Okay? Don't ever bother your head about people like Tinubu. We know what to do with them. Honestly speaking, I'm not bothered about them. You should be bothered about your fellow young people. You should be bothered about people who mean well. Those are the people that we're talking about. Those are the future of our country. Not people like Tinubu. Tinubu for where? No, Tinubu doesn't even come near what we're talking about. These are the people who have run our country down. We get place for them when the time comes. They know that very well. You should know when your time is up. Maybe before, whatever they were planning would have worked, but not in the Nigeria that we are planning to be in. No, where we are going does not have room for people like that at all. So forget about people like Tinubu and his likes. There will be a plane. I don't even want to go there. These people, what they all did, they even forget. They forget that there is something like the International Court of Justice. They forget that people are tried for war crimes. People are tried for crimes against humanity. They forget all of these things. Even army generals and a lot of people. There is no one person that you will ever agree with all their ideology, all their tactics and everything. Like the Shiites, I don't agree with everything that they do. I don't agree with them. But for you to go and lock up El Zazaki and just hold him there, just hold him, it doesn't make sense. I am totally against it. You understand? So this is how they will continue to run our country, and they think that they will go scot-free. You take the Shiites. I never forget how many of these Shiites were killed in the first confrontation they had with the military. They just cooked up things against these people. I don't care whatever the confrontation was, but you kill Nigerians, up to 600 and something of them, and you didn't even bury them well. You just gathered all of them and buried them not even a grave, in a burrow pit. Just go there and cover them. I was sharing with somebody yesterday, and we just went through all of these things, and it made me think. It made me think a lot, and that's why I said today I need to talk to us. Yes, we crack jokes, we make fun and all of those things, but sometimes you need to pause and tell yourself some hard truths. And the hard truth is that it is time that we begin to think seriously in Nigeria. If you don't hear any other thing that I said today, just hear from me that I said it is time that we begin to think in Nigeria. Think across board. That's what I mean. When I say think, I mean think across board. I want to see us talking with the people from Niger Delta and whatever organization they have for their own emancipation. I want to see us talking to RAY youths, because when you just say nothing else and you just lump them up, it is not fair. But I want to talk to some reasonable people from the north, members of the RAY youth movement. Get to talk with some serious people there. Oduduwa Republic, I want to start talking with people there. I want to start talking with members of indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. We want to talk with the middle Midwestern region, some organization or something. People of the middle belt. They have different people who are upset, who are tired with what is going on in Nigeria. And until all of us begin to talk, until all of us begin to cross-pollinate our ideas, until all of us begin to sit down to dialogue, the true dialogue about where our country is going. Because let me tell you something, whether by revolution or whether by election or whether by expiry, all of these people that you see right now in the government, their time is up. Go and say it. I don't need any special prophecy to know this. All their time for all of these things they are doing is up. But when their time is up, what are we going to do? Do we have any structure on ground to take care of this? I know about my own movement. I know about the African Action Congress Party. I know about the AAC. I know about the Take It Back movement. I know the ideology of the Coalition for Revolution. But then, we are not going to do this alone. We need to now marry what is our vision and our objective with other people's visions and objectives and begin to talk. That's what Omoyele Sowore was saying. That's what he's been talking about. And it is high time we, as fellow comrades in this struggle, begin to talk. A lot of people, we need to, manage them. We need to accommodate them. But eventually, we'll all arrive at the same thing. Guys, that's what I have for you today. I don't plan to stay longer than this. We are happy that Bobby Wine, that we spoke about yesterday, he was released, although they held back his mother. I don't know whether they've released the mother too. I was fortunate enough to speak with Bobby Wine I called him on the phone. I was able to get his number, and I called him on the phone, and he was so grateful that we that are not from Uganda, that we are able to focus on his travails, whichever, on his wahala, that we're able to focus on his problems and his situation, and we try to bring it to the world. He was really very grateful. I was gonna have him come on the show and talk with us, but I can imagine that right now he's having to deal with so many things. So he was actually the one I kept trying to call on the phone so that I can ask him one or two questions. But it's okay. He has promised that one of these days we'll be able to have a full interview with him. Okay, so that's really what's been going on. I want to thank all of you who in one way or the other support Bobby Wine and what he is doing. We are solidly behind him. Hello, comrade.
Hello.
Hey, you are live on my show. How are you? Oh, the thing cut again. Sorry, maybe it's their network. I'm gonna try again now. And because you see, when young people um, are making moves all over Africa, all we can do is just support them. That's the only thing that we can do. Let me see. I'm gonna try one more, and if we're able to do that, if not, then we'll let it go for some other time. Yeah, one last time, guys. I won't be surprised if maybe because of network. Okay, he said he's busy. We're gonna try to get an interview from him and get to find out from him what is the situation in Uganda, and also how we can also be of help to him in whatever way. You'll be shocked how little things that you do, um, you know, for people in other parts of Africa goes a long way to help them, even though we have our own issues. Okay, but when we see comrades being marginalized, being vindicated just for trying to defend their rights, just for trying to see that their country goes out of where they are into a better situation. This is a young man who was born in 1982, and from 4 years after the current president right now, Museveni, became president in 1986, and he's been president ever since then, about 34 years later. So this is the person that he's known all of his life, and you can imagine has refused to leave, and is locking him up, is challenging him, is preventing him from getting an opportunity to contest for election. That is very bad. So on this note, my dear brothers and sisters, my dear comrades, from all of us in the Worship Media Studios of Toronto, Dr. Chidi and Dr. Erica, on all our crew, we're saying, as always, we love you. Bye bye.